Walt Disney Imagineering has released new details on Tiana's Bayou Adventure, and some of those might actually surprise you. We'll talk about it up next on That Park Place. Well, welcome to our show here, folks. I do have the amazing, the one, the only Jonas J. Campbell here to join me on this trip down the bayou. Jonas, how you doing?
So good today, and good to be here with you, Mr. Vash Sky. I'll tell you what, I thought that we wouldn't have anything to comment on Splash Mountain and Tiana's Bayou Adventure, but it appears that the Disney marketing machine is in full swing, and they're still looking for little ways to make sure that they don't quiet down that culture war to the point where we can't quite see it. They've turned the volume knob down, but they're still appear to be doing the same things that they have always done, or I say over the last 4 years or so.
Yes, and to get to what Jonas is talking about right here, this should be just a normal kind of reveal right here. I'll go ahead and share my screen. This is Disney Parks blog right here. Meet the critters at Tiana's Bayou Adventure. What's the harm in this? This is all good, right? We want to know a little bit more about the characters that they're introducing as part of this Tiana's Bayou Adventure, this next chapter story that they're going with right here. What seems to be all the trouble? Well, let's go ahead and get into it a little bit. You've watched murals and metalwork flourishes. That's a great characterization of those for Tiana's Bayou Adventure come to life. You've followed along with construction updates. You've seen an audio animatronics figure of Tiana make her social media debut. Now, as the creative director of Tiana's Bayou Adventure, I'd like to welcome you among the cypress trees, water lilies, and Spanish moss to learn about some of the new animatronic friends who play an important role in the musical adventure. This is Ted Robledo. I believe he was also, wasn't he also the one to take the NOLA guys through a tour of the...
Yeah, I see. Yeah, I think I remember him now. But it was great that we saw those metalwork flourishes, though. That really
Yes.
stuck in the minds of the children hoping to ride Tiana's. Not too short of children, but the children who want to ride Tiana's Bayou Adventure.
You can really hook your peepers on it, by the way, when you're looking through those huge trees they have at various places on the exterior of the attraction. But they talk about some critters here and how I guess they're going to be playing some tunes, which, by the way, do take inspiration from the film directly. This was a kind of an interesting note on this attraction because for a while there, it kind of looked like, according to Carmen Smith's prior statements that she had made, it sounded like it was going to be just original music featured. You can see right here, along the way, guests will encounter familiar faces, make new friends, and travel to the bayou to original music inspired by the songs from the film as they are brought into the next chapter of Tiana's story. She said this back in July of 2022. So I think a lot of people were like, whoa, are they just going with just original music? Well, apparently not. Gonna Take You There, at least, will be featured in that sequence that we see covered so much in the various concept arts. You can see that kind of right here. I guess this is like the first drop into what was previously How Do You Do in the old Splash Mountain attraction, and this will actually be playing Gonna Take You There. So good stuff so far. Okay, all right. Looks like they're changing course a little bit on that. We're making more references to the movie, which people want to see. So what's the whole big thing on these critters here? Well, to accompany this, they had a video that they produced right here.
Look at this nice lady, or at least 50% of the face of this nice lady.
Yes. Apparently, she is, lead concept design for the critters being featured right here. You can see her drawing right there. And here you see the highlight of some of these critters. The one that we kind of want to show you here, you got Bailala right there. We have Bo.
Oh, interesting. I released a poll yesterday about this one right here. I asked on Twitter, is Bo a boy's name or a girl's name? And I got an interesting number of responses. Now, before I reveal the results of that poll that we already know the outcome of, uh, because it's common sense at this point, because
Sure.
language has worked in a very specific way for a long time. I did find out that in France, not in the Bayou, but in France, yes, Beau could be a gender neutral name in France, maybe in the 1800s. But over here in America and in New Orleans, which I do believe this is where they would have done research for this particular ride,
2 years.
Beau has yes, Beau has definitely been associated with a masculine gender here. So Beau, she's an opossum. Interesting.
That is interesting. Do we want to reveal the poll results there?
The result of that poll was 74% saying that Beau is, yes, literally a boy's name, meaning beautiful man or handsome man, and 10% saying no, period. Interesting that someone would say that no, it's not a boy's name at all. And C result got more votes than no. So 25% of people not voting for yes, literally, and 15% just wanting to know the results of the poll. So I'm going to say out of those 303, seems like most people would agree that Beau is definitely a boy's name. But that's very unscientific. It is a Twitter poll.
That is true. That is true. I'll say this though. I mean, Beau traditionally in America anyway has been associated with, like with a boy's name, or even just kind of like, hey, that's my Beau kind of thing. It's very unusual that they would, have this possum, which this is a critter found in this attraction. Name her Beau and have her be a female possum. That's a very strange thing to do in America.
Yeah.
Now, look, if they were doing this in France during the 1800s, maybe,
Right,
that's all good.
right.
But
And I question the results there a little bit myself. It was a very unscientific study that was done here
sure.
between me and Google and several other people looking on the internet. The thing that 20 years ago, I would go, oh, it's an opossum, an opossum. I do believe she calls it an opossum, even though the O is silent, unless you're in Ireland, of course, the opossums there. The other thing that I want to point out, and just because it's strange in 2024, this nice lady, I think she has a smiling face, but I don't know that she has a smiling face. She seems like a very nice person, but this expensive, I say expensive for a disposable mask, this 3M mask here. I'm seeing the mask and not the Imagineer, or if or this person here. She again seems like a very nice person, but I'm seeing a lot about her thoughts about the world. I question: was she sick this day? Why didn't she reschedule if she was sick this day? Is this a worry about COVID-19? Is this some kind of concern about the person that is filming here? There are so many questions that are brought up here that I have to say, she is a cast member, because Disney calls all their employees cast members. This is bad show, because it really takes you out of the moment here and does not allow you to just enjoy what is going on. And I think Disney doesn't realize that this is bad show, which worries me about the perspective of this company.
I do agree. This is prioritizing other things over show. I think, right. This is a little bit of signaling. This is a little bit of a little bit of a statement. Let's say, especially with the the Beau opossum thing, the mask. It's just all very strange, and it shouldn't be this way. There's really no reason for it. If the concern was over COVID, hey, let's do this thing outside. Let's have her have a tablet, maybe on the site. That might be kind of cool, right? Instead, it's done in this way. That is, I don't know. I get it. Some people are like, the mask is no big deal, but to some people, it might be. And with a company like Disney, shouldn't we bring everybody together and not necessarily have these distractions from the outside world take us out of these experiences or stories or even promotional pieces like this? It's all a very strange thing, and I don't know necessarily why these things we're done right here.
Right. I'll point out a couple of items here. There are some cultures that are very concerned about health, and like Asian cultures, you would generally see mask use more common when someone's sick or someone's traveling. 10 years ago. Again, I don't mean to benchmark 10 years ago like it's a better time. It's just pre-pandemic. But if they were doing a presentational video intended to market something, they probably wouldn't use a surgical mask or a 3M mask in order to do that video, because there would be some kind of acknowledgement that they are trying to put their best foot forward. In this case, I wonder if Disney is either, one, not putting their best foot forward, which that makes me sad if that's not the case for Disney anymore, because I think that's a degradation in their commitment to quality, or two, are they trying to virtue signal? And I don't appreciate either one of those as a longtime Disney fan. That being said, maybe this is no big deal. But and again, this seems like a very nice person. I bet that if I just ran into this lady on the street and neither of us knew about some disagreement about masks, if she wasn't wearing a mask, we'd probably have a nice conversation. I might wonder if we were having a nice conversation if she was standing there wearing a mask while we're talking, of course, because I just don't understand why Disney has gone this route in particular, other than maybe a bit of, like you've said, Vash, a little bit of signaling, a little bit of letting people know that there is a distance between us. They could have come up with another solution for it, I'm sure, but they chose not to do that. Instead, to release this video with a lady who has a impermanent medical device on her face. Nice glasses,
weird.
though.
Yeah, very nice glasses, and look, the character designs of these things are nice, and I'm sure she's a wonderful person who does good work. It's very weird, the delivery of this kind of pertinent information, and the associations made thereof. Just kind of a weird thing right there that we definitely noticed for you. But please let us know what your comments are on all of this. Do you think that, hey, we're overreacting right here? You think, Bo, what's the big harm in it? Or is there something more right here? Is it Disney not being able to get out of its way? Please let us know in the comments below right there. And if you like this video, please go ahead and like it. If you like it a lot, go ahead and share it out. And well, make sure you hit that subscribe button on your way out for all the news that should be fun.
Thanks for watching That Park Plays News. For more information, consider checking out www.thatparkplace.com. And don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and send this out on your favorite social media accounts.